Hey everybody, welcome back to Prescription Bourbon. I'm DMC from Louisville, Kentucky. Today we're doing a head-to-head blind tasting of some toasted, oaked, and charred bourbons. Alright, before we get started, I'd like to welcome back anybody who's watching my videos before. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so. Anybody who's new to my channel that hasn't seen me before, please watch. Hope you like what you see. If you do at the end, hit that like button. Think about hitting subscribe if you want to see more content from me. Appreciate it. Alright, so here's our lineup. I've got these poured already. I've got them mixed up, got them airing out a little bit. I'll let them sit while I talk. 3 of these 4 bottles I've done reviews on before already. We've got the Old Forester 1910 coming in at 93 proof, and this basically there was a fire at the distillery in 1910. They pulled some bourbon off the bottling line, threw it in some extra barrels. After some point in time later, they pulled those back out and went to bottle it and realized, hey, it had like changed flavor characteristics and all that. So they're trying to reproduce that here. It's basically like a double oaked, bourbon. And the secondary barreling is different char than the original. So that's basically the same as Woodford Double Oaked. This comes in as just like regular Woodford at 90.4 proof. It starts out as regular Woodford, and then they put it in a secondary barrel that is charred differently than the original. It's actually toasted and charred, and they age it for several more months, and that's your Woodford Double Oaked. The Cooper's Craft 100 is also a Brown-Forman product like the Old Forester. This comes in at 100 proof, and what they do with this, they basically heavily char the barrels, more than heavier char than the normal Old Forester, and then after it's charred, they cut grooves in the barrel, in the inside of the barrel, so when they age that whiskey, it actually gets extra contact with the wood and all that. So this is supposed to be showing off some of the expertise of Brown-Forman's own coopers that work at their own cooperage. So the only bourbon I have up here that I haven't reviewed before is the Elijah Craig toasted barrel. So this comes in at 94 proof, like regular Elijah Craig. It's non-age stated. These are all non-age stated. But regular Elijah Craig is thought to be aged 6 to 8 years typically, and it after it's aged, they basically put it into a new charred oak barrel that's toasted and charred, different char than the original. So very much. These are all pretty much very much like each other, except for the Cooper's Craft. It's a little bit different. There's quite a few other toasted bourbons on the market today. Michter's is a good example. They've got some toasted bourbons and rye available. I know Nulu also here in Louisville has some toasted bourbons and rye available. So toasted or secondary aging and new charred oak barrels, seems to be, quite popular right now. So we'll get into these. We'll give them a nose, give them a taste, and I will tell you which one I like best today. All right, starting on the nose, over here we'll call this glass A on your far left. Definitely smelling some oak and some caramel. Slight hint of alcohol vapors on there also, but nice oakiness, nice caramel aroma on that. Going with glass B. It has more spice on it. Still picking up the alcohol aromas and the oak, and the spiciness is giving me a little bit of a yeastiness, breadiness on that. So going with C. sweetest of the three so far. Picking up a little bit of sweetness on it. Caramel. Yeah, you can pull the oak out of that too, but I'd say the sweetness is the predominant aroma on that one. I'm going with glass D. Almost picking up, I guess I'll call it some breadiness on it also, but it's not an aroma I get a lot on bourbons and whiskeys, but it's kind of similar to a Play-Doh smell almost, some saltiness there, in a good way, and the oakiness is there too. The oak's there too. So yeah. So I don't think any of them stood out as being better than the other on the nose. I think C was the sweetest on the nose, but we'll go through and give them a taste, and we'll find out. All right. Starting with the taste on glass A. Cheers. Definitely has some heat, some spiciness on the top of the tongue. Has some sweetness on the front of the tongue. Some of that caramel. That oak is prevalent there too. It's all over the tongue. A little drying, but definitely oak forward on that. Yeah, nice sip. Give B a sip. Cheers. B had a little bit of fruitiness there. Some dark red stewed fruits. The caramel's there on the taste. Not as spicy as A. Probably the same heat level though. It's mostly on the tongue, not as drying as A either. So yeah, some nice sip there. Yeah, the stewed fruit is what made that one stand out. All right, going with C on the taste. Cheers. C is the spiciest one so far. I believe it's certainly spicier than B. It's got some heat to it, more heat than the other ones also. It was drying like A, but that caramel flavor is stronger and more predominant. It is more like a toasted caramel. So nice, hot, spicy, good sip. Try D. Cheers. All right, so D has a spice on the tongue. It has some heat. It has vanilla on the taste. A strong taste of vanilla. The oak is there. It's not as drying. That's actually a very nice sip. I really enjoyed that one. So yeah, what we'll do, we'll let these sit for probably at least 10 minutes. We'll come back there. I'll taste them in reverse order, but just to recap, I think A and C were pretty drying on the tongue. The oak was pretty tannic, pretty drying. D had the vanilla, and I forget which one, but B or C had some fruitiness on it. The other ones didn't. So we'll let them sit, and we'll come back. Alright, everybody, welcome back. It's been about 10 minutes or so. I've had these covered, had them building up some extra aroma there. And we'll go back through, give them a taste. I'm going to go back in reverse order, starting with D this time. So, quick nose and taste on D. Definitely nice, definitely sweet. It's the nose, almost gave me kind of similar nose to a good aged rum for whatever reason. But it definitely has the caramels, has the sweetness, has the oak. Yeah, not super spicy, not super hot. Enjoyable sip. We'll go with C. C is definitely more drying. It does have some sweetness there, though. It has a toasted flavor to it. It's oaky and yet toasted. Toasty, almost like a s'mores type thing. So that's nice. Go with B. B seems to be the hottest of these three so far. It does have some sweetness. It does have some spiciness. The flavor's not bad, but I don't think it was quite as good as the first two going this way. So I'm going to put that one in the back right now. Go with A. Yeah, A's got that drying quality to it. It's got the spice. It's good. It was better than B, but for some reason I don't think it was quite as good as C and D. Let me retaste these. I think the nose goes to C. I'll give it another taste here. Yeah, the spice level's very nice. The caramel is very good. The oak is there. It's definitely present. Maybe a hair drying, but not too much so. Not to where it's not good. The aroma is as good or better than the taste, and the taste is very good. So. C is going to be my winner for sure. And D's second, A's third, and B's fourth here. So, all right. So there's my order. Let's go through and reveal the outcome of how I liked them today. So in fourth place, we've got the Old Forester 1910. So this guy comes in fourth place. It I mean, if you're looking for deep, dark oak and a lot of spice, I think that hit the mark. I think today I was enjoying some of the sweeter tastes on these other ones. So A comes in third place. And this is the Cooper's Craft. So right here. So we got fourth place, third place, right here on the table. And second place, Class D, is the Elijah Craig Toasted. So Elijah Craig Toasted comes in second place, and the Woodford Reserve is my winner for today. So it was tight between these over here. I think the thing holding me back on the Elijah Craig, I mentioned that a Play-Doh smell on the nose. You know, it's definitely some sort of briny. It could be a baking smell. Some kind of bread that's pretty salty and whatnot. So, yeah, the nose is different. Not bad. I think I had a lot of vanilla on this at one point. So it is sweet, but the Woodford takes it for me today. So there you go. I hope you liked what you saw today. If you did, hit that like button. If you want to see more content from me, hit subscribe. If you haven't done so already, appreciate it. This was a pretty interesting lineup. I know there's other toasted barrel bourbons out there and whiskeys, but these are the ones I had on hand. So very interesting. Remember, everybody, all bourbon is whiskey, but all whiskey is not bourbon, and the best bourbon comes from Kentucky. Cheers.